Good morning, everybody. This is Jackie from the Oracle Times, and this is the Aries July 2020 forecast reading. Right, I will repeat as I always do that I am recording from the bushveld in South Africa, which means at times my internet might get a little bit dodgy and I may disappear. I've had a very good run for a while now, so hopefully it won't happen. It's beautiful where I live. I'm surrounded by wildlife, but the internet, like I said, can be a bit odd. Okay, Aries, let's get straight into this. I've shuffled your cards already. I've got oracle cards, I've got tarot cards for you this month, and I'm doing a relationship reading as well. So first up, let's see what the oracle cards are for Aries in July of 2020. Like I said, I have shuffled already. First card up is by the book. This card is coming up a lot for people at the moment. We'll get back to that. I'm going to get you a few more cards, and then we will discuss what the story is behind them. Right, so the next card up for you guys, Aries, is Never Ending Story. This is also coming up. I'm not surprised this one is coming up. We'll discuss this. Okay, and then the next card for you is To Be Fair. I'm going to take another one for you guys. I feel that I should. Okay, and that is Imagine. Okay, so this is a nice set of cards, this. So what I'm seeing here is, and this is coming up for a few people at the moment in their private readings as well, is that at the moment we need to kind of figure out what the rules are and we need to follow the rules. There seems to be some kind of importance to doing things the way people want them done. Not taking shortcuts, not trying to get through little back alleys to get to things we want to do, but doing things the way we are requested to do them by people. It's obviously a kind of an energy around at the moment, and the guidance will always come up because it will say to you, if you use this energy that's around at the moment, you'll have more success. One, two, you'll navigate your way through challenges far more easily. You'll face far fewer challenges if you do things by the book, if you do things the way people are expecting you to do it for them. What you may find in the month of July is that you're telling yourself an old story. There's so many versions of this, but let's just use an example. I can't pursue my heart's passion because it never works out. I don't get paid for it. Every time I've tried, it's failed. I've watched other people do it. They pursue their heart's passion. It fails. So it's an example of a story. But you may find yourself coming up against that in July. An old story that's not true. The only reason it keeps manifesting is because you keep repeating it and you believe it as well. So in July, you may come up against that, where you're going to find that you need to look at an old story you're telling yourself, see what it is and say, hang on a moment, that's not actually true. Who says it's true? This is new times. It's a new place in my life. I'm different. I have a lot more wisdom. And even if it did that for someone else, who says it's going to be that way for me? Because the To Be Fair card comes up next, and that actually says that you need to look at your part you play in it, okay? We can often self-sabotage ourselves with this card, with an old story. We get going on something we really want to do and we really love to do, and then we start thinking these little thoughts that dig away at it, like, I didn't succeed before. That person didn't succeed doing it. Times are difficult, yeah. And that is how we self-sabotage ourselves. So watch in the month of July that you are not doing that, because your final card in the Oracle card section is Imagine. This is saying, rather listen to your imagination, rather use your imagination. It's important in July not to listen to that same old rhetoric in your mind, that same old story in your mind. It is true, isn't it? So rather go with what your imagination is thinking. That's the creative part of your brain. Your imagination is your creative part of your brain. This is old stuff. This is things you've experienced in your past. This has no relevance in your future. It has no relevance now even. So listen to your imagination. What your imagination stirs in you in the month of July, that is what you listen to, and that is what you go with. I'm going to pick you some tarot cards quickly. I'm doing your reading in a different order. And then we'll finish up with your relationship reading. So let's see what the tarot cards are for you guys. The first one up is King of Air. This is also coming up quite a lot at the moment. I'll discuss it with you in a sec. Okay, and the next card for you is King of Fire. This is so interesting. that they're both coming up so often at the moment. Very interesting. So there's a definite, very definite energy. I'm going to take one more. And that is the Three of Fire. Very nice. Okay, so that's what this is saying to you. Intellect and the real Aries energy, okay? Trailblazing energy, doing things because you can, because you have that fighting spirit within you. It's that kind of thing. So you have the intellect. You have mastered the thinking part of it. And you also have that fire and that enthusiasm. So use it to blaze that new trail in the month of July. That's taking that trip. That's going and doing something. Can you see how little baggage this person has? What is the baggage? The baggage is that old thinking, that old story going around and around in the back of our heads. Leave it behind. Take the bare necessities with you. Take your cleverness, take your enthusiasm, and off you go on that new journey with very little of that mental baggage that usually goes with you on a journey. Okay, so that is the guidance coming through for you in July. Right, now let's have a look at your relationships for the month of July. So I'll read what's on the cards for you guys first, and one immediately jumped out, and that one says make the effort. I'm not ignoring this because it jumped out and it landed nicely, which says please read this to them. Okay, let's see what the rest of the cards are. I will read what it says on each card because you always ask me, and then when that is done, I'm going to tell you the story behind it. Calling in your soulmate. And the third card you get is true love. Very nice. I've held that up in front of my face. Okay, so make the effort. On the card, it says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay. Calling in your soulmate says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay. The final card, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So what we see happening here for you guys in the month of July is make the effort. If you meet, you're going to be meeting someone new, many of you, make the effort to connect with them because this is a soulmate you called in. This is somebody that you wanted to come into your life. You signed a contract with them. And this can be the romance of a lifetime. So this is lovely cards lined up for those of you that are looking for a relationship. There's true potential in the month of July for that soulmate person. Right. Now, those of you that are in committed or established relationships, the same applies here. Make the effort in the relationship this month. It's going to require something from you this month. Extending yourself in some way to that person. Because this is the soulmate you're with. And if you want to find that deep connection between the two of you again, it's going to require that soulmate energy from you. It's going to require you making the effort with this person that you have a long history with, not just this lifetime, but several lifetimes that you have had this very special connection. So make the effort with them this in the month of July. Something will come up that will nudge you to make the effort. You will know when that time comes that this is what that card was speaking about. Because this person, you arranged for them. So remember that is the message coming through for you. Remember you arranged for this person to come into your life. And remember you have a deep connection with them. You can have true love. And that's not always just romance and roses. That's resonating with somebody. That's feeling a connection with somebody. That's feeling they're your family in a way, aren't they? They're the one you chose to spend your life with. And you didn't just choose now when you came onto this earth. You chose a long time before that. A very long time before that, in fact. Right, Aries, I do hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you'd like a personal or private reading from me, I do an amazing soulmate reading. You can contact me via the links in the description box below. That will take you to my website where you can see what readings there are. You can purchase them or order them. I'll put that link there once this video is finished processing. I want to thank you for commenting. I was reading your comments. Okay, and liking and subscribing. Thank you very much for that as well. I'm sending you big hugs, blessings, and I hope lots of laughter for July as well. And blaze that trail, guys. Don't listen to this little naggy voice. Listen to the creative, imaginative one in the month of July. I'll speak to you soon.